Hi, Viv Assad from Ancient Gamers here with a quick tutorial on how to set up Polytope Studio's Medieval Modular Armor Set for the Modular Character Customization System for Atavism. Once you have downloaded your modular set, and then followed the character model, race, and class setup for the character setup for Atavism, at this point you can go ahead and start creating your prefabs that you will use for your characters. If you have not already done so, then take those modular sets that you have just created following the Atavism guide and create a prefab for these. I specifically use the prefab variants. It is up to you if you want to use that. And we'll create one for each. We'll delete these out of the scene. And we'll open this prefab. At this point, the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to add a modular customization manager. And we're going to want to disable everything on the body except for the naked parts, the hips, and one of the heads. And this is now ready to set up. And we will repeat the process for the other prefab. Just the naked parts, one of the heads, and the hips. And we're going to disable everything else. And this is now ready to set up. Oh, we need to add customization. So for this one, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to enable a couple of options. The body material, and you're going to choose your material, and this is going to be the one that's included with the system. It's found here under the modular system materials, and you're going to drag it into this location here, so that way you've got that object properly selected. Choose the body shader, and here you can type Polytope, and we're going to use mine, or you can use the Polytope one if you want, but mine supports the shading. We're going to allow different hair colors, internal hair models, and internal beard models. Hair models is pretty easy. We're just going to lock this little thing so we can make sure we stay there. Come down to the hair, select all the hair, drag it here, drop it there. Repeat the process for beard. Make sure you got it. If there's eyebrows, which there isn't, no ears, no tusks, and no mouth on this one. So heads, select all the heads, including the one that was there. All the hands. In this case, it's the gauntlet. Select all those, including the naked. And then lower leg. So in this case, lower leg is going to be the boots. And then we have the body. And that's going to go into the torso. So we have the body, the boots, the gauntlets. We did not do the legs. And we can put the legs in the lower leg. did do legs. We did do legs, so we're going to put these into the hips. So we should have torsos, we should have hips, we should have lower legs, hands, and head. Let's make sure that covers everything. So that's all the bodies, all the boots, all the gauntlets, all the helmets are done separately, and all of the legs, heads, hair. Okay. Repeat the process for the other character. I'm going to grab all the body. We're going to actually go up here, like that. And this is going to go into the torso. And then the boots. And go on the lower leg. Gauntlets. Go into hands. Legs go into hips. And we're back to body. Okay. So now we're going to go to the hair. Drag that there. The heads. Okay. So now, let's set the other items we'll need. This is for the shader. And then we'll need the material. And then we're going to say internal hair and allow different hair colors. Then we're going to come down here and close all of these. And we're going to clear out all of this. This is the female. So I'm going to come down here and the hips. I'm sorry, not the heads. Let's lock that script again. Default head name. Body. Boots goes into the, and then this goes into the hips. This goes into the hands. Okay, so this is the default settings that the item will select when it comes in, and if it has nothing, it'll go back to these. So we'll want to make sure that these are the proper items on each of the two prefabs. If you have a single model like the Cinti model, then you can use one prefab that contains both and have all of the values like this on a single. Okay, so back to the items that we needed for the default. This default is the head. Lock this item again. And then the body goes into the torso. Boots goes into the lower leg. Gauntlet goes into the hands. Legs goes into the hips. And that completes that. So now we will want to repeat the process, starting with the body, selecting all of these, and dragging it down into the shader torso, and then the boots, gauntlets, legs, boots is number 19. So and then we're back to body. And that is it. Repeat the process for the male. I did it again. No. I said I wasn't going to do it again, and I did it again. And we're back to body. And that completes it. The shader setup. He is a male, and we are good. That is a completed model at this point. You don't have to worry about anything else. Go ahead and follow the rest of the Atavism tutorials to set up your character creation items, and at that point in time you can load it into your game and should be able to run around as your character. Until next time, happy coding!